Hi dear students, welcome back to our channel Mechanical Engineering Made Simple. Let us continue our preparation. There was no video yesterday because of some urgent work. So because you know that examinations are going on for OU and JNTU semester examinations. Okay. So definitely we will study at least I will make at least 5 videos per week. Okay. So let us continue our preparation. So today in this video we are going to mainly study about the swirl, okay, phenomenon of swirl, next combustion chambers, and mostly we are going to study about the firing order, which is a very important aspect in case of the multi-cylinder is IC engines. Okay, let it be SI engines or CI engines. So let us continue. So in the induction swirl, the swirl is, so is it proportional to speed, or is it not proportional to speed, or is it proportional to square of the speed, or is it none of these? So as I was telling you every time, so don't choose the option none of these most of the times. Very rarely that will be given as the correct answer, right? So here the answer is in the induction swirl, the swirl is not proportional to speed. Swirl is not proportional to speed. Okay. Yes, first the answer is A. Next question, boys. So in the compression swirl, there is dash cold starting. Okay. Trouble, cold starting trouble, but the volumetric efficiency is dash. So let us fill up the blanks. What are the blanks? So there are multiple combinations, two combinations: is no high, is no less, is less. So unless you study the automobile engineering volume 1 and volume 2 Kripal Singh as well as IC engines by V Ganeshan. So here it is will be difficult to answer the questions, right? I have set the questions in such a standard that it is far above the standard of the questions likely to be asked in your AMV examination, so that you are well prepared for any toughness of the examination. Okay, right. So in the compression swirl, so it is we can see that there is cold starting, okay, there is cold starting trouble, but the volumetric efficiency is high. So the answer is cold and high, is and high. So that means your answer is B. Okay, boys, next question. The maximum clearance volume in pre-combustion chamber when compared to a swill chamber. So here is a comparison between pre-combustion chambers as well as swill chambers. So he is asking about the clearance volume. So here in clearance volume it is 30%. Okay, in your swill chambers, pre-combustion chambers, it is 30%, whereas in swill chambers it is 50%. So definitely it is 20% less than. That means the maximum clearance volume in pre-combustion chambers is 50 minus 30, that is 20% less compared to the swill combustion chamber. So your answer is C. Next question. The difference between the optimum injection between petrol and diesel engine diesel fuels in pre-combustion chambers. So here is the question about the injection relative to the crank angle. Okay, so here the answer is actually it is 2 degrees. The difference between the optimum injection angle, or for how much crank angle it is to be, okay, the injection is to be done in the cylinders. So this is the difference is between the petrol and diesel fuels in pre-combustion chambers, it is 2 degrees. So your answer is D. Next question. High engine speed in SI engines. So there are various factors which are going to affect the phenomenon of detonation. So what is detonation in case of SI engines and CI engines? It is nothing but sudden rise of pressure in the cylinder because of the unburnt gas firing or burnt, okay, uncontrollably. So that is the phenomenon of detonation in case of SI and CI engines. But actually, so the factors which reduce the detonation will increase the factors which reduce the detonation in SI engines are going to increase the detonation in case of CI engines, and vice versa. So here, because actually the working and construction of the diesel engines and your petrol engines are going to be different. Okay, here you know that in the SI engine, air fuel mixture is taken into the cylinder and there will be spark plug, and in case of CI engines, only air is induced into the cylinder and compressed, and there is no spark plug. In case of spark plug, there is a fuel injector. So here the high engine speed in SI engines, it is going to reduce the detonation. So definitely this will increase the detonation in case of your CI engines. Okay, next, stoichiometric airfield ratios in case of SI and CI engines dash and dash detonation respectively. So as I just was telling you, so the factor, so for example, let us say here is the factor is stoichiometric airfield ratio, right? If it increases in SI engines, it will reduce in the CI engines and vice versa. But actually the answer is correctly it is going to reduce and increase detonation respectively. So it is going to reduce in SI engines and it is going to increase in case of CI engines respectively. So the stoichiometric airfuel ratios in case of SI engines is going to reduce the detonation and they are going to, or it is going to increase the detonation in case of CI engine. So your answer is reduce and increase. Reduce and increase. Next question, high turbulence. This is one more factor which is going to influence the detonation. So there is a in your what you call in your IC engines by V Ganeshan, there is a specific table is there. So please go through that. The factors affecting the detonation. Okay, so various around 20 factors are there. They are going to affect the detonation phenomenon in case of SI and CI engines. As far as CI engines is concerned and SI engines is concerned, there is a specific table for that. Please go through that. So you can easily observe that the factors which are increasing the detonation in case of SI engine are going to decrease the detonation in case of CI engines and vice versa. Okay. So here high turbulence of charge in case of CI engines is going to increase the detonation. Increase the detonation. Your answer is A. Next question, boys. For the 3 and 4 cylinder engines, the firing orders are, this is a good question, boys, please remember. So the in 3 cylinder engine and 4 cylinder engines, the firing orders are 132 and 1432. Okay, simply it is same as only 114 because it is 132 only. So in place of after between the 1 and 3 you just okay include your 4. So here if it is 132 in case of 3 cylinder engines, it is 1432 in case of 4 cylinder multi-cylinder engine. Okay, the firing order, that means first cylinder fires, then third cylinder, then second cylinder in case of 3 cylinder engine, and first cylinder, then fourth cylinder, then third cylinder, and then second cylinder in case of 4 cylinder multi-cylinder engine. So your answer is A, 132 and 1432. This is a good way to, boys, this is a good question, so please try to give more concentration. Okay, right. Next, in the most famous firing order of 6 cylinder engine, the first and last cylinders to be fired are, so this is once again a good question. It is actually it is really testing your concept. So you have to remember the firing order for multi cylinder engines, be it 3 cylinder engine, it will start from 3 cylinder engines, then 4th, 5th, 6th, etc. Okay, so here there is a particular order in which the cylinders are going to be fired in case of 6 cylinder engines also, right? So here you can easily see that the first and last cylinders to be fired in case of 6 cylinder engine are the first and fourth cylinders. First and fourth cylinders. Your answer is B. Today last question, boys. So before we conclude, I request you once again, so if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, like, comment and share among your groups and contacts. I have made number of videos for your AMVA examination and municipal examination, municipal assistant executive engineers, and also some videos for your GATE examination. So slowly we will move further. Okay, first of all let us complete the syllabus for APPSC we have completed. I am going to complete the I am going to give number of videos for TSPSC syllabus also for AMVA examination. Actually there is a lot of difference between the AMVA examination syllabus for your APPSC and TSPSC. So we are going to do slowly one by one. So please stay tuned, and if you think that it is really helping your knowledge or increasing your knowledge or revising your knowledge or practicing whatever the knowledge you are having in your subjects or whatever it is, so please try to like, comment, share and subscribe my channel. Okay, guys. Today last question, in the correct firing order of a V8 engine, the last but one cylinder to be fired is, this once again in 8 cylinder engines also you have to, as I told you just now, you have to remember the firing order in case of multi cylinder engines starting from 1, 3, 6, 8 etc. Okay, here this is in case of V8 V8 engine, the last but one. So here it is having 8 cylinders. The name suggests that V8. It is a 8 cylinder multi cylinder engine. Okay, so In case of a V8 engine, the last but one cylinder, okay, is the seventh cylinder. So such type of question may be asked. Sometimes he may give first three, or first and last, or last but one, like that. Okay, first cylinder to be fired, etc. So please analyze the firing order for multi-cylinder engines. You can easily answer. There is no great thing about that. You can easily answer. So here in this case, it is the seventh cylinder which is going to be fired last but one in case of your 8-cylinder engines. Okay, boys. So once again, wish you all the best. Good luck, and please try to subscribe and share among your groups and contacts. Let us continue in the next video with some more good number of questions. Okay, boys. Good luck.